Hello, Misophonia Without Borders, Smooter here, and this is a quick talk. So I'll try to be kind of quick. Are you a misophonia sufferer who likes to go to the movies, but you don't go so much, or at least not anymore, because of the crowds? Some people won't shut up during the movies, or they make other noises besides the talking. And let's not forget the crunchy snacks. And unless you self-trigger, which some of us do, you have a hard time enjoying your snacks because the sound of everyone else's snacks is triggering you. Miso can be such an ironic thing sometimes, right? I used to love to go to the movies, especially in my late teens and my early 20s. Sometimes I would even go to a movie that I was pretty sure was going to suck, just so I could be in the theater eating the snacks, because I enjoyed the environment. And as I got older and misophonia got worse with age, especially with my not knowing what it was for the longest time, it just became more and more difficult to go to the movies. But I couldn't just not go. I mean, I don't go so much now, but that's mostly because I stopped going during COVID, and I have a perfectly good entertainment system at home, but that kind of plays right into this. So let me tell you my tricks or my tools, as to use a phrase I like to use, for going to the movies as a misophone and still managing to enjoy yourself without gouging your own eyes out or someone else's. And of course, because I selfishly want you to watch this video, the best tip for this is at the end. No fast forwarding. So like I kind of alluded to a minute ago, I haven't really gone to a movie in about 5 years. And, some of that has to do with my health. I got to be a little healthier right now. And those snacks, I got to have the snacks. So I'm saving it for something special, which brings us to our first rule, something special. Only go see something in the theater that you really want to see in the theater. Okay? Again, you got a perfectly good entertainment system at home. I think most people do. Even if it's just a simple television and you don't have the surround sound on the speakers or whatever, you're fine. If you like what I like, which is action, sci-fi, and blockbusters, basically lots of explosions and action and headbutting and kicking and karate and whatnot, well, that's the kind of thing I want to see in a theater on a big screen, maybe even in 3D, so I can feel like I'm in the movie, right? So I can watch a rom-com if I'm actually watching a rom-com, or a comedy, or just about anything else at home on my own TV. But for the big blockbuster stuff, I'm going to the theater. Maybe that's for you, or I don't know, maybe you want to watch the rom-com. Choose what you like. Next, I try not to go on opening day, but I do want to catch it while it's still in one of the better auditoriums in the theater, so I'll try to go in the first 2 weeks. Usually I take a Friday morning off, like the first Friday after the Friday that the movie premieres, and I go to the first show of the day because there's probably going to be less people there. And this is just an option. Not everybody needs to do this. In fact, some people shouldn't, but sometimes it might not be a bad thing for some of us to stop at the sports bar downstairs first and relax a little bit before we go up to the theater. Then you can kind of be in the movie. Now comes the real meat of the message. Simple. Get the headphones for the hearing impaired from the customer service desk when you walk in. Most theaters have them and will give them to you, no questions asked. So far, I request them every time, and I've only had to use them twice, but they're there if I need them. Tools. Let's go to the movies.